Wonderful people, most welcome to my channel. I'm Chola Chi. So here today we are going to address the Chi energy with the energies in your lifestyle, meaning if you have kids, if you have a spouse, if you have a girlfriend, a boyfriend, whatever, and you still think you have a difficult time somehow in merging the energies that you are, because you can only be you when you work with energies, and how to fuse that with everything around you. So most simple answer here is fuse your light, fuse your consciousness with everything that is going on, and take on a higher mentality, meaning speaking out about what you wish to achieve, and that involves your finances, your job, your children, your family, whatever you deem appropriate. That involves your special individual education, that involves building up skills, that involves having a higher um, passion to develop talents, which can be done in a very, very easy way when working with light. And so, first thing, of course, is talking about it, getting the word out, getting your energy generators through. The best way to generate energy is made very, very easy. Again, crystalline grids, meridians, and installing these crystals in your home. Wearing these crystals, I have crystals all over the body, all over my pockets, and I change them like every week, just because I'm working with these energies. And so here there's another other one, very interesting. It's from Mexico. I work a lot with the country to lift vibration, to lift wages, to lift people, and to gain more understanding about what is happening up there. So, but also a lot with the origin of creation, or the origin of the universe we are living in, which is the black universe, the omnipotent universe, that is also termed the black team, the black spacers, the black panthers, as I am a black panther and working with these energies, with these technologies. They can go so many miles back into your origin, and these teams of light are on the planet as well. So of course, we need to seal a new deal with ourselves, and that is at least, getting up in the morning before anybody else gets up, get your cup of coffee, and then start out your loads, or your energy frequencies, your energy stations, with light in the body, so it energizes you for the entire day. And that is very, very important, knowing how to do it so you don't get bored, knowing to have construction, knowing how to upgrade, knowing how to eliminate and delete the soul fractures, actually, and everything that stands in the way of having a life. So you can work with the removal of financial struggles. You can work with the removal of stuck patterns, such as diseases, such as fears, such as resistances, such as laziness, such as not willing to confront yourself with stuff. I mean, there is a whole list. The list is endless, but as you know, you can do it very quickly because this technology has been lifted to such a degree that everything in the body, your home, your life, is lifting with it. So we didn't have that 20 years ago. So you're very fortunate if willing to do it. So I would truly suggest, if you're not acquainted to working with crystals, to at least have an Arkansas which is a basic foundation for a grid, a Brazilian point, and a Brazilian laser. So these are fundamental. Or if you want to wear something very special, I would recommend the Herkimer Diamond. The Herkimer Diamond, I've had this one for ages. I work with it. It has black inclusions. I wanted this one because of the black way in it as well. Don't know if you can see it very clearly. So that is what I work with a lot. If you want any suggestion, or if you can have a crystal ball from Madagascar, doesn't have to be that big, can be a small one, and wearing it all of the time, having it in your pockets, it will expand your energy in no time. So that is, of course, one thing. But if you educate yourself in the old seeing eye, in to your origin back, and getting to know the universe, the galaxies, the planets, working with everything, because you know, planet Earth is such a small ball in the entire cosmological soup. It is so important that it is being resurrected and will go very fast back into its universal position, which we will experience this year. And with it may come a few days of darkness, so people will be afraid, maybe not, but then again, you know what it is about. It's about the universal axis that has already grounded through the ocean. So, and that will move with us, transmuting consciousness back into light when alignment is there. And as I said many times before, when you work with these energies, you will have a great, fantastic experience and time around. Apart from that, if you educate yourself into a light body, an celestial to universal body, and you start working with courses, and you start to heal people, you start maybe to give your own courses, you start experimenting with energies, and you start doing an assignment, then your life becomes extremely interesting, because you get designs, you start to see, you work with the eyes, you work with the ears, you work with the energy fields, and you lift your body into the higher degrees in which you feel so very light. So you get information about it, upon information, pardon me, upon information. And so that is where we are heading. We are changing banking systems, economics, education, jobs, businesses, all these things that work together, that was broken, needs to resurrect, in which we are happy with everything. You know, no, everything is being stolen from us, or manipulated, or controlled. I'm not here to talk about these things. You know them, you feel them, you want to get out of it. So do I. So, how can you merge everything with everyday life? So, first of all, in your morning ritual, at least your respect with the divine, feeling your source, your spark, your spirit in the body, that takes a bit of integration and work to do, and then working on deleting the old stuff and uplifting self every day. That is one thing. When you're working and you're on the job, every time you have a break, like, you know, in between stuff, at lunchtime and maybe in the afternoon as well, you keep on breathing through these energies that are sort of connected to the lead button, or you command that once you're in a stage back into the power of the word and the power of your consciousness, that work together with the new tree of life, the new model of light, or the new temple of light, then your cells will listen to you immediately. So you start on breathing that through. You breathe them through at the job as well, so you don't forget what you learned that day, eventually from a course, whatever, what you can learn from yourself. And that is the way to truly move on, move upward, upgrade, and getting to know how to work with light energies, because we forgot about that. And once you do that, your life becomes one passion after the other, because you become joyful. You forget about sadness. You get ideas. you refine skills. There's so much to it depending on the degrees you are working with, and so the first months may take a bit of patience, but then you can shoot off and have the results, and these results make you do more and more and make you change more and more and more. So it's all about the integration process and becoming uh, the breath of light that breathes through the grids, that breathes through the meridians, that breathes through and changes the acupuncture points. These open up like dots in the body, and these dots carries information. That information goes in your brains, in your neurological system, or your brain starts synapsing different information, especially if you have installed the capstone back into the brain, because that opens up to the libraries of light. These libraries will show the open books, the books that pertain to you only, and nobody can access them. So we all have individual data to explore within self. This is knowledge from self to self and spark to stroke. And then when you are at that degree, you can start changing businesses. I'm very grateful actually for an encounter with somebody who works, I think, either a hospital or an elderly home, showed me a video which I thought was very interesting. And feeding the elderly, being with them, taking care of them, it's a very, very great job with great opportunities. I couldn't do it. It's not in my veins. So I think people who can do that, I truly respect them, because you have to deal with many, many, many situations. And so what you can do, for example, working in a hospital or the sort, you place your home grid over there. You place the crystals there in your office. You let them spread that light. You start working with all these 12 ways at least, or all 22 if you want. And you start experimenting. You start applying them to these people, and you start talking about them, or if you want to do games with them and to play with colors, with the cosmos, and talking about it, that is where the change comes in, because your energy field will be planted through the grids and those meridians actually that will ground with your team connected. And then you will get the information, and then life gets interesting, because you can start to heal these people. You can give them, and they will tell you so, because they will feel your energy changes all of the time, and they will ask you questions. So that is, you have sort of a knowledge back and forth growing with words coming from people, coming from businesses. So you can do that at any job actually, but it needs practice. And I understand oftentimes when we're on the computer, on the phone, whatever, we get, absorbed into the other world again. So you always bring back your own inner light world, and you continue to breathe in and out, even though, let's say, take green light go on a celestial level, call it forward, breathe it in. Even when I speak that word, it starts pulling through. That is how much I am educated, or educated myself into the light degree. So that is one way to do it. When you're on a lunchtime, take 5 or 10 minutes lunch. Don't eat too much. We hardly need any food, and drink a lot of juices, have, some chips, whatever you love, or some soup liquids, and eat as natural foods as you can, and definitely no animal food whatsoever. If you eat animal food, it's not that I'm against this or that or whatever, but I'm there for the resurrection of the animals anyways. And if you hear the cries of the animals being slaughtered and killed just to please your taste pebbles, that is, more disastrous than even being there and watching the killing field. So it's, if you want to grow in light, you cannot have a slaughterhouse in your body. That is as simple as it can go. So if you're still eating it, there's comprehension, understanding, but in this age, vegan is all over the world. There's a reason why, and the reason why is because if not, it's killing ecology, it's killing the animal kingdoms, it's killing the assistance we need from the elements, and so forth and so forth. It has killed the oceans and so much more. So it's not just about us eating it, but us eating it killed everything around us. We have been there. I've been there. I'm vegan since the age of six. I was a kiddo. So, and I already understood it. I was already opening my light at the age of 6. So my friends at that time, 6, 7, 8 years old, are still, I still have a few of them left. They are still having a big laugh with me. Like I was always, performing some sports in our breaks back then, because I knew I needed that energy flow. It's not that I'm an expert, but at least I do my fitness every day, whatever it takes. Even if it's 11 at night, I will do it. But I prefer to do it 5 in the morning though. So I get the energies running very smooth and very fast during the entire day. So if a day at work and you come home and you don't need to care for anybody, that is easy. So structure yourself, no TV, no computer, no phone. Why would you need that? You'd had your day, do your fitness, start regenerating with the crystals, with your meditation, with your integration, with light, with your delete button with light, and then uplift yourself and then choose something you truly like. Merge that with what you like, because a lot of skills and talents will be opened anyways when you move into those light degrees. If you have kids or you need to take care of anybody, family member, whatever, or a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is in your life, then you talk about it and you merge with it. Like if you're working with those 12 colors and you have kids, yeah, let's make a design of the sun with 12 colors in it. Right? You work with the kids that puts numbers in the sun, and teach your kids another way of learning about numbers. I'm just saying, out of the blue, if you have teenagers, definitely go that way. And, because this age is truly about the broken male female connection. There's hardly anyone on the entire planet with a perfect relationship. Reason why is they have the false spouses. So yours may be somewhere in the universe and being, getting down here. It's a possibility. But there is but one perfect male or female partner, whatever matches you. And so we see relationships so massively off on the planet. So that is the most important thing to bring into balance, because it balances out your fitness, anything, your sleep patterns, your ingestion of food, your digestion of knowledge, your digestion and opening skills, and so forth and so forth. It balances out everything. Without that missing components, there's no way to go. So it definitely suggests you to delete those relationships that keep you in captivity and low consciousness and low levels energy and low vibrations, so to speak, and start doing that like overnight. I have a very, very potent delete release meditation made here. I think it's about an hour. It works with symbols and it's extremely potent, because those you delete with those techniques will never come back or knock at your door. And so here I want to come back to the astrological field, the astrological belt, and those talking about tarot and stuff, and your monthly forecast. So if it's not on a universal level, it looks pretty much ridiculous. Reason why is they repeat themselves all of the time, And what you will see most of the time, somebody is coming back, somebody is coming back, somebody is coming back. You just have to scroll over YouTube. It makes you go nuts. And even saying it, and you know, that it doesn't make sense anymore. It's of the old age. Nobody comes back. You need new people. You need new family. You need new friends, new everything. If you move into light body, make friends worldwide, you know. Make friends with me. I'm very open. And I'm willing to travel soon, maybe Mexico or something, getting somewhere close where yeah, I can enter somehow. Right? I'm not supposed to express some words, so I'm very sorry. Uh, Last week, 4 or 5 videos have been deleted, so I need to be careful, right? And so that's the reason why there ain't any videos there. So lift your energies and yeah, shoot any question if you know, if you're interested to know anything about your particular sign and stuff. And I may channel some universal personal forecast. So for every sign, I think that may be interesting. So to know how to work with the crystal, what you need to pay attention to. Let me know if you're interested. I may do that, and to work with it. So if you have children, there's ways of working with them in a more interesting way. Ask them what they think about the color blue, the color purple, you know, how they feel with it. And that is the way you start to gain more knowledge about yourself, your consciousness, the consciousness of your children. And so you participate in upgrading together, and you coordinate, you cooperate, and not separate anything any longer. So that male female thing is very, very important. So from the celestial's body on, and because as everything, we are moving into light beams, so you need that pillar of light out of the chakra system. But the same goes for planting light beams, or light stations are being restructured on the planet. And that is also with, you know, the resurrection of the origin of the male vibration and the resurrection of the origin of the female vibrations. So I don't know if you're interested into that. And that moves truly, I only do that in an online private seminar. I will be putting them out hopefully this week. I didn't have much time in the past week, so I had a lot of individual seminars. But anyways, this is a very interesting thing, because moving, at least with the capstone, with the origin of the male-female vibrations, and lifting your energies continuously up, and that is when you feel that balance. You don't grab anymore into the old stuff. You don't want it anymore. And so there's quite some alignments. I think at least may take like 4 hours of alignments with me. And I go as fast as I speak. I bring them to in your body, so they're being recorded, so you can write everything down and just repeat and integrate it in the incoming months. That is how it works. So that's quite easy. But that is, you know, having children, a spouse, other family members doesn't really matter. What matters is that you put yourself first. This is the age, or especially this year, is very important to put yourself first as an equal person in balance with everybody else. And thus, you need to talk about what you do to some level of understanding. And you request, you demand understanding, as that is where you want to go, and not have anyone as a family member hold you back somehow, or have any opinion or judgment upon it. I would never allow that anyway. So that is the way to go. That is the way it becomes more interesting for you. That is the way it becomes more interesting for the entire hood and your the composition of your family, actually. So let me know if you still find it difficult, or where you struggle with fusing in with the family, or any other difficulty I didn't think about in the video. I would be very glad to open up a question and answer, a Q&A video, so to see where your consciousness goes, what triggers you most, and how you would like to grow, as there's many high-level courses, low-level courses. I mean, there's something for everybody. I have a whole page here of integrative meditations as well, so there's many links in the description box should you have interest, apart from my 4 playlists videos. So thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, supporting me with questions, so the algorithm of YouTube moves a bit faster and doesn't hold us back, because I'm truly here to assist, to perform my work, because it's what I love, apart from giving seminar, preferably live, and looking forward to eventually give a 7-day complete change in consciousness, embodiment, and moving onward with the changes coming through, because it's gonna run fast, fast, fast. So I would suggest align, 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 and know how to align. Knowing how to align is the way in, and that is actually the only way out, because if the origin is grounding, we need to fuse with it, right? And if we refuse, resist it, or have any judgment or opinion about it, then, I mean, you could look into the crystal ball, but the answer will remain like a failure, because you can only look into a crystal ball with crystal eyes, and you can only look into crystal information with crystal ears. So I definitely hope this video was of help to you, and yeah, enjoy the week. So I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me, spreading my videos wild, and supporting me as well. Also, if last minute question just pops into my brain, if you're working in a school with students or children or teenager or university, or working with a huge group of people in psychiatric institution, all that stuff, please let me know. I'm very interested to perform, or to make an MP4 or a video to transform consciousness with a particular group, and do some study upon it for free, and you get paid by me, because I'm interested in neurology and the change of consciousness. And so let me know if you have any interest, or working in that category, so to speak, or any which way with a large group of people or students, because it's a time for re-education, and I think students, young people, need a lot of help, and so I want to help somehow, do my part, and see if there's any open door here with people already in those educational businesses, so to speak. Okay, thank you so much for your support, assistance, and your subscription. Love you.